Good afternoon and welcome to the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution. But before we do that, I'll introduce myself. I am Raina and I'll be your facilitator. Before we get started, we have a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Carolinas. I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, Charleston Southern University.
Right, thank you, Raina. Go ahead and start screen sharing. All right. Well, I am Braxton from Charleston Southern. I want to welcome you. And I will just tell you all a little bit about Charleston Southern. So we are based in Charleston, South Carolina, known as the Holy City. So we have churches all around us. And of course, we are by the beach. If you're familiar with the Charleston area, we are about 20 minutes from downtown Charleston, so plenty of time to go explore after classes, and we're about 20 to 30 minutes away from a couple of beaches as well. So plenty of things to do, explore the city, go to the beach, study there. So that's what I always like to do as a student there, to really just to get to know the city a little more. We are Division I, so we are a 4-year Christian institution, but we are part of Division I. So if you are an athlete, we do have athletic scholarships available. We do have over 60 degree programs available as well. Our students faculty ratio, let me see here, is actually 13 to 1. Our student population just grew over this last year. And then we do have 41 states, 21 countries represented. And for our students, we do have 50 clubs and organizations to choose from, as well as fraternities and sororities. We do have the Divine Nine. So there are plenty of ways to stay active within the student body. So one of our basically what we like to do is set you guys up for success. So our passport to purpose. So the first year we really, if you're transferring in, you might expedite this process a little bit, but we always try to find students' passions. And the next step would be creating those pathways to be able to achieve your passion. And we have internships in within our curriculum. And so we are going to use that to find your potential, to connect with employers, to be within your field, to be able to help you grow your passion within your field and gain those connections and also line up a job right after college. And so that is going to be you stepping into your purpose after you graduate. Some of our top programs, we have nursing, business, education, kinesiology, and biology. One note, we do have a new program started this past year, and that is our aeronautics program. We are the only South Carolina university that has an aeronautics major. And so by the end of your 4 years, you will go be able to fly commercially with the military, and also we do have a missionary track as well. And fun fact about aeronautics majors, within 2 years, if you're doing commercial flights, you will be making 6 figures. So keep that noted as you're looking in majors. Some of you might have that passion after this presentation, but we do offer that, and it's a really amazing program. So you can inquire about that later. And so we do prepare our leaders to become servants in our community to really impact our community and impact the places you work to further our kingdom. And we are a kingdom-minded school since we are Christian university. We do have undergrad, also masters. So we have a PA school, and coming this next year in 2023 in our doctorate program, we will have physical therapy. And so we do have a track that goes from kinesiology into that program and really helps you get set up for success into getting into that physical therapy program. And so, like I said, we are kingdom minded. So at the school, we do have plenty of ways to serve our community on and off campus. One of the ways we do that is going to be through missions. So we go over seas and help local communities by building schools, churches, and just really helping the community out to be able to serve them in the best way that we can. We also do participate in Operation Christmas Child. We are the leading school in the nation as far as the number goes of boxes packed. This past year, we were 3 away from 11,000. So that's one way you can serve, and that is an incredible opportunity. Our campus life, we do have intramural sports on campus, and I mentioned some campus ministries. One is the Operation Christmas Child, but also we have student ministry where you can be involved there musically and also leading a small group if you're interested. And like I said earlier, over 50 clubs and organizations. You can start one if we don't have what you are looking for. We also do have study abroad opportunities, so you can study over in England or Australia for a semester. We have other schools, but those are just some that I would like to mention. And internship opportunities, like I said, they're built into the curriculum. We do also have Army and Air Force ROTC programs with scholarships available. And if you're interested in education and you already have teaching fellows, we do have that as well. And steps to enrollment. One thing I would always like to mention is when you're deciding on what schools you're wanting to go to, visit the campus, talk to someone, talk to a teacher, visit and see what the campus is like. Next would be apply for admissions. We do have free applications on our website. And we can walk you through that. I am a transfer counselor, so I can help you answer any questions about that. So submit your required documents is the next step, and then apply for financial aid. And we have personal visits all throughout the year, Monday through Friday, and you can schedule that online as well. And we do have First Look where you get to go and get to eat in our dining hall, hear from a professor in your major, get to have a Q&A panel, and that is going to be upcoming this April 9th. And that is on a Saturday, so if you would like to do that, that is available. And like I said, our application is free on our website. And as far as admissions requirements, we require a minimum of 2.0 GPA and also 24 transferable credits, a college level math and English, so English 101 and college algebra. If you don't have one of those requirements, we will require additional documentation like your high school transcript and potentially your test scores as well. And in order for us to make a decision, we will need your transcript from any institution that you've attended, and they can be unofficial. We will need the official ones later, but that is what we need to make a decision initially. And the types of aid.
Thank you, Charleston Southern University. If you can put your contact information in the chat for everyone, we will move on with Newberry College.
Of course.
Awesome. Hi, everyone. My name is Kinley Longshore. I'm with Newberry College, located in Newberry, South Carolina. I'm going to go ahead here and share my screen with you all. And get started. Awesome. So we are Newberry College. We're located here in Newberry, South Carolina, just about 30 minutes in between Columbia and about 45 minutes near Greenville. Our student body ratio is about our student faculty ratio is about 14-1. We have about 37 programs of study, and we were founded in 1856. One great thing about our campus is we're very diverse. We have about 10% of our student body is international. So they come from over 23 different countries. So That's one kind of unique thing about our small school. Campus life, we have about 1,200 students, give or take. We are primarily a residential campus, so about 83% of our students do live on campus with us. We offer 5 intramural sports right now, but those change year to year. We kind of get feedback from students and see really what they're interested in and try to tailor things to that. We do have a slew of clubs and organizations, about 50 or so, give or take. We are always adding some, like I said, kind of based on student interest. 10 fraternities and sororities. And this past fall, we just added Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So we're super excited about that. They just started their recruitment process on campus with us. Resident life, like I said earlier, the majority of our students do live on campus. We do have 8 residence halls across campus. We are a smaller campus, so whichever dorm you live in, you're going to be able to get to class relatively quickly. Oakland, Pearson, Walker, Smeltzer, Kynard, Derrick, Cromer, and then Brokaw is our freshman dorm. So specifically, if you're a transfer student, you probably won't be there, but those other ones would be options for you. Athletics, so we are part of the SAC, the South Atlantic Conference. And we are a Division II school, so we offer both men's and women's sports. Some of those listed up here. We recently added women's triathlon last school year, and then we are right now in the process of adding our women's rugby team. So they will have their first season this fall. On top of that, we do have 2 spirit squads, dance and cheer, and club sports, esports, and bass fishing, both of which you can get scholarship money for outside of your financial aid that we look at on your FAFSA. But we do offer a lot of men's and women's sports at Newberry. So our Summerlin Honors Program, there's a lot of benefits that come with that program. Honor specific courses, so maybe some more exploratory courses outside of what you would be doing within your major. You do get priority housing, special access to events and speakers. We do focus a lot on independent studies and internships, so that's just another added extra. On the other side of the screen right here, you'll see our requirements. We do look at a 3.5 GPA, a letter of recommendation, and there is an honors interview with that. So you would either interview with a faculty member or Dr. Hodges, someone within that program, and then they would be in contact with you once you finish that. Financial aid. So on the screen, you'll see a little bit about financial aid. Obviously, you're going to want to fill out your FAFSA. Our Newberry code and our FAFSA code can be found right here down at the bottom. You're going to want to complete that FAFSA using your 2020 taxes, whether that be you, your parents, whoever's helping you out kind of with the process. We just listed some different federal and state aid that you would probably be eligible for. We do have federal work study, on-campus jobs, things like that, but we do accept FAFSA, so definitely be getting those in at your earliest convenience. So just more of a breakdown of our institutional aid. I'm not going to go over all of these, but definitely want to highlight some of them. We definitely do academic awards, and then you'll see we kind of have special scholarships for some different majors, education major scholarship, nursing major scholarship. We do have an esports and bass fishing team, like I was saying earlier, so you can see those scholarship amounts down there on your screen. We also do have a thriving music education program at Newberry. So they do give out scholarship money in regards to all region and all state, if that applies to you. So right here is just a picture of Holland Hall on campus and a quote if you would like to read that. Transfer process for our admissions process for our transfers, your college transcripts. If less than 24 credit hours, we'll need your high school transcripts, and we do look at that minimum GPA. We will drop our contact information over in the corner if you have any questions for us.
Great. Thank you, Newberry College. Next, we have Anderson University joining us.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Just one moment as I share my screen and we will get started. Okay, perfect. So my name is Lucas Moore and I serve as our Associate Director here at Anderson. I work specifically with our transfer student population. Additionally, I work with our transfer student population, international student population as well. So thank you for joining us this evening, and I want to get started by just showing you where we are on the map. So we're located in Anderson, South Carolina. You can see some of the cities that we are near in those drive times. So we're just tucked away right here in the upstate, not too far from Greenville. I'd say probably about, well, it's probably on here. No, that's Greensboro. So probably about 30 minutes from Greenville is where we are located, near the downtown area of Anderson, which is a really nice location, not close or not far from campus, within walking distance. And we even have some academic facilities in downtown Anderson, some spaces that we've purchased as a university and renovated and have now turned into classroom spaces down there too. You'll find a lot of that with some of our broadcasting classes and our communications programs, and some of our School of the Arts programs as well. We'll host a few classes out there as well. And we do have a transit system that runs to and from our downtown area as well, should you want to take the transit system. I want to talk a little bit about the colleges here on our campus. So starting off, we have over 50 majors here at Anderson. To couple with that, we have 48 minors, various concentrations, and 18 graduate degrees and 8 certification programs. Our largest college, however, is the College of Health Professions. So the College of Health Professions houses our nursing program, our kinesiology programs, and under kinesiology, you can do exercise science, pre-physical therapy, and athletic training. We do also offer a doctorate of physical therapy program that students will apply for once they complete their bachelor's in kinesiology pre-PT. Within our health professions, we do have a cadaver lab here on campus. A lot of our health profession students get access to that, along with our pre-med students as well. So you will have access to the cadaver lab here on campus. A few others, we do have a College of Business with countless concentrations that you can go into. Under the College of Business, we have data analytics, marketing, administration. Our College of Arts and Sciences houses a large number of our programs as well. It houses our biology programs, communications, psychology, political science, a lot of those different programs. Our College of Education, you can do secondary social studies, secondary math. We have elementary, early childhood. We have special education, physical education, music education, art education. So we have a lot of opportunities for you. We are one of 9 private schools in the country that offers an interior design program. So that is a program that we offer here at AU. And then our most recent college that we've started is our College of Engineering. So we're really excited about that. We do have currently a 2-3 partnership program with Clemson University. However, we are welcoming our first engineering class this fall. And here at Anderson, students can earn their degree in computer engineering, electrical engineering, or mechanical engineering. So we will offer those 3 focuses starting this fall. We have right at 4,000 total students. That includes our undergraduate and graduate programs. Our traditional undergraduate population is right at 2,600 students. And I would say around 1,700 to 1,800 of those students live on campus. From there, this is a quick glimpse of our academic profile here at Anderson. I'll differentiate the 2 sections of this slide. So the section on the left highlights the averages for our honors program here at Anderson. So those students that participated in our honors program had an average ACT of a 30, an average SAT of a 1360, and an average GPA of a 4.68. However, the screen on the right or the side or the right hand section will show you the average for the incoming freshman class that's not included in honors. So that was a 24 ACT, right at an 1140 SAT and a 4.2 GPA. If you're being a transfer student, we require a 2.5 GPA, cumulative college GPA, and like the other institutions you've heard from this evening, we will require an official transcript from each college and university that you've attended up to this point. And we do not require test scores to be sent. So essentially for a transfer applicant, you would submit the application. There's a $40 application fee, and then you'll submit all official college transcripts. If you have less than 24 credit hours completed, we will require an official and final high school transcript. If you have at least 24 hours completed of college work, then we simply need the college transcripts at that point. From there, just a few fast facts about AU. We do have 46 clubs and organizations. We do have 16 different countries represented here on our campus. We do have 22 intramural sports. Those are very popular here at Anderson. A lot of students enjoy doing intramurals. Our study abroad programs are now making their way back in light of the pandemic and all those things. So we're excited to see a lot of our study abroad programs getting back in action. Our student to faculty ratio is right at 13:1. So again, fairly small class sizes for you as well. Student engagement, just want to talk about this for a moment. We were recognized by the Wall Street Journal as number 26 in student engagement. That just that's a testament to our student activities group here on campus and all the energy that they put into providing a great student experience for you all. So I'll provide my contact information in the chat. We'd love to have you schedule a visit. You just do that through our website, and hope to hear from you and see you soon.
Thank you, Anderson University. Okay, joining us next is going to be Washington and Jefferson College.
All right, hello, and thank you for your time. I'm going to share my screen. All right, great. So my name is Samuel. I am an admissions counselor from Washington and Jefferson College. I'll start just by talking about where we're located. We are in Washington, Pennsylvania, which is in southwest Pennsylvania, just about a 40-minute drive away from Pittsburgh. One of the great things about the town is that, of course, it is a sort of smaller town, and it does have great, hiking and sort of small town feel to it. But if you want that bigger city living, we are only a 40-minute drive away from, major league sports game, from, going to museum or the Pittsburgh Zoo, anything like that. So it is pretty advantageously located. As you can see, we're within driving distances of other major cities as well. And I'll just go ahead and move on to talk a little bit about the history of Washington and Jefferson College. We were founded in 1781, so technically before the Revolutionary War even ended. We've been educating students for literally centuries. Washington College joined forces with Jefferson College in 1865, and we have been thriving together ever since, as our motto puts it. Talk a little bit about our classes. We have a 9-to-1 student faculty ratio. So you will definitely have that close interaction with professors here. Just the other day, I was speaking with a student who goes to W&J, and she was telling me about how she was struggling with a homework problem one night, and she emailed her professor. Professor got back to her right away, said, let's FaceTime. He was already in his living room, but he had a whiteboard, and he helped explain the problem right then and there. So that's the kind of close interaction that you can have with professors here at W&J. Also, as you can see, 40% of our students do study abroad at least once, which I'll talk about more in just a little bit. As far as our majors and minors, we offer 34 majors and 35 minors. Actually, just starting this year, students are required to have at least 2 areas of study. So what that means is a major and a minor, or a double major, which we feel allows our students to really explore themselves intellectually, but also make them more viable candidates in the workplace by being able to answer important questions from a diverse perspective. The I should also take this time to note that we accept up to 16 courses for a total of 64 credit hours for transferring students. Right, we also have some great pre-professional and special programs. Our real bread and butter is our pre-law and pre-health paths. We're really known for graduating students who go on to become doctors and lawyers. So if that's something that you're interested in, we have a terrific alumni and network, as well as early assurance programs for you. Also, in addition to having one of the new things at W&J, in addition to having 2 areas of study, is to have a Magellan project or some sort of research or internship project. The Magellan is a personalized research project that's done during the summer at W&J. And it could be something where you go to Pittsburgh and maybe have an internship with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but it could be something where you go halfway around the world to Japan. The sky's really the limit. So we encourage you to just daydream a little bit. As you can see, we've had students rehab horses in Kentucky, examine Holocaust sites in Europe. Another student helped tag sharks off the coast of South Africa to track their mating seasons. So, really just encourage you to think about, what are you passionate about? And what would you do if you were able to go study that thing you're passionate about? You'll work with an advisor and have about a $3,000 grant to fund your research. In addition to the Magellan, of course, we have other opportunities for studying abroad. Over 40%, as I said before, do travel abroad at least once. We have semester length programs in over 28 countries. We also have the J-term study abroad opportunities, which is if you want something shorter, you can study abroad during the month of January, just about. And we've had students, we've had classes go to art capitals of the world like Paris or Berlin, go to London to see a different theater play every night, and the like. In terms of student life, there's never a dull moment on campus. We have over 80 clubs and organizations. We are also a Division III school with 26 different programs. I know our basketball men's and women's team both won our division conference, and I believe our football team has the 3rd most Division III wins in the country. So that shows how long we've been around and our long commitment to success inside and outside the classroom. Just skip ahead a little bit here. 97% of our students 6 months after graduating are either continuing their education or they have a job. We have over 90% acceptance into law schools and medical schools. And then lastly, I just wanted to talk a little bit about applications. We will require high school and college transcripts. And we offer merit-based scholarships running from $23,000 to $34,000 based off of your unweighted GPA. And our transcript is, our application is free. So please feel free to reach out if any of this interests you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Washington and Jefferson College. And next on our agenda is Coastal Carolina University.
All right, well, good evening, everyone. I hope you are doing well and want to thank you all for being here tonight. My name is Shay Godwin, and I am a senior transfer counselor here at Coastal Carolina University. We're located in Conway, South Carolina, and we're only 9 miles away from Myrtle Beach. So just to tell you a little bit about Coastal, we're a very young school. We were founded in 1954. But even though we're a very young school, we've been given many different awards. One of my personal favorite awards is that we've been named best value, or we've been voted in the best value category. We are 5th in the South in the among best value category with schools. So one thing we really try to do here at CCU is we try to provide a great quality education at a great affordable cost. We have about 10,000 students here on our campus. So we're about a mid-sized institution. So I like to say that we're the right size school. And the reason is because we kind of have like that small town atmosphere, but then also when you're walking around the campus, you see new faces all the time and things like that. But just to tell you a little bit about our school, we have 5 academic colleges. They go from anywhere from the Wall College of Business to the Spadoni College of Education and Social Sciences, the Gupta College of Science, and then finally the HTC Honors College. So altogether, we have over 100 programs of study. That includes our bachelor's degrees, master's, and our 2 doctoral programs. 79 to 80% of our faculty, they do have the highest level education, which is the PhD. But not only that, they also have a great, they really have just the life experience to go with it as well too. Our student to faculty ratio, and this is one thing I really love about our institution, is that we are 17 to 1. So the average classroom size is usually around 23 to 25 students. And then once you start getting into your upper level courses that you need to graduate, that's where you'll actually get into smaller classrooms, like usually around 10 to 15 students. And I really enjoy those classes personally myself, just because that really gives me a great opportunity to know my colleagues, but more importantly for my professor really to get to know me. But just to tell you a little bit about our campus life, we have over 120 student clubs and organizations. At the beginning of every semester for the fall and the spring, we have our club kickoff day right in the heart of our campus, which is Prince Lawn. That's kind of right in the middle of everything in our campus here. We have all of our clubs and organizations that are out there recruiting our students. If we don't have a club that we offer here on the campus for you, it's actually really easy to start one. You'll just take a group of students, about 7 to 10 students, get a faculty sponsor, and then you have your very own club here on the campus. One of my personal favorites that I love to highlight is that we have a nice, beautiful campus here. So you can imagine being on a beautiful campus. It would be nice to have like where you can go and lay on a hammock. We actually have our very own hammock club here at Coastal. So that's kind of one thing I always like to share to students and families and things like that. But we are NCAA Division I. We are part of the Sun Belt Conference. For the last couple of years, our football team has had an incredible season. They actually not too long ago, a couple of years ago, finished updating our stadium. We're now able to sit up to 22,000 people in our stadium. One of the exciting things that happened in our sports history is that our baseball team won the National World Series. Not only did they win the National World Series back in 2016, they actually had the highest GPAs compared to other schools. So that was one thing that was really exciting for us. Our football team, they actually got to play their first bowl game a couple of years ago. And then this past year, we actually won our first bowl game, which was really exciting for us. All of our home games are actually free for students. You just need to have your CINO card, which is CINO. And that's just a little saying we like to say that Coastal is #1. We show a lot of pride here in our campus. We love to call ourselves Teal Nation. So it's just a great way for you to go and meet other students, to meet faculty and staff. We love to go out and support our students and things like that. But just to talk a little bit about the application process and what we're looking for, first thing you'll want to do is just go on our website and fill out the application. You can either go to our website and do that, or you can go to the Common App. You'll need to send all of your official college transcripts. So if you have 24 or more transferable credits, we just need all of your official college transcripts. If you're under 24 transferable credits, you'll also need to send your high school information as well, which is that final official transcript with an SAT or ACT score. And then basically, once we have everything we need, we'll review your application and we'll give you a decision in the mail within 3 to 4 weeks. So the priority date for the fall is June 1st. So if you want to be considered for any merit scholarships, please make sure you have everything turned in before that date. Or for the spring, you would just want to have everything turned in before November 1st. And again, that's for if you want to be considered for any merit scholarships. This just kind of shows you the cost of attending Coastal here. So for the tuition, tuition does go up about 1 to 3% every single year. This doesn't include any financial aid or scholarships or anything like that. For the housing and meal plans, those are actually the most expensive options. So it can actually bring the cost down a little bit. So we like to show you the most expensive scenario. That way you can see that the cost will go down and not necessarily go up. But 86% of our students do qualify for financial aid. With financial aid, scholarships, we also offer merit scholarships as well. You just need to have at least a 2.9 GPA and 30 transferable credits. If you have that, you will qualify for one of our merit awards, which can qualify you anywhere from 15 to 25%. And we also offer the Phi Theta Kappa scholarship as well. That one is more limited, but that can qualify you for an additional 10% off of your tuition. Well, everybody, that's all that I have for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, I'll put my contact information in the chat, and I hope to see you all soon. So have a good night, and Sean's up. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Coastal Carolina University. All right, so I'm going to ask all of our presenters to unmute and see if they would walk through answering some questions for everyone. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? Let's start with Charleston Southern University.
Of course. So one thing I always encourage students to do is visit, get on the campus, and we actually do have a visit scholarship. So you get $1,000 just for visiting. If you're outside of the Tri-County area, that is Dorchester, Berkeley, and Charleston here. And also don't settle. If a school doesn't have exactly what you're looking for, as far as your passion or career goes, look at other schools. Make sure you are getting the most out of your education.
Great. Newberry College.
I would say really just take a good look, ask all the questions you have. That's kind of what we're here for. That's what we get paid to do, is answer your questions. So I would say just make sure you're really looking at those core values that you hold, and making sure that's what you find in an institution.
Great. And Anderson University, your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I would really echo a lot of what's already been said, but really visiting is key, seeing a campus. And just because you're a transfer doesn't mean that, you can't visit campus, or all the visits are going to be tailored and catered for incoming freshmen. A lot of schools, I'm sure every school here on this call offers transfer visits. I know we do here at Anderson. So schedule a visit, and even if you're already in college, see what that school has to offer, because the last thing you want to do is transfer again. So we hope if you transfer, it's just one time during your college career, and just be thorough in your research and ask those, like Kenley said, ask those questions that you want answered. And with schools our size, we can accommodate a lot of requests. So don't be afraid to ask to meet with a faculty member, to meet with a student that's in the major that you're interested in, whatever it might be, to help you get the information that you need to make that decision.
Great. Washington and Jefferson College, any thoughts you'd like to add?
Yeah, I guess I would just recommend to get things done as early as possible. Just because obviously, transfer students, it's a little more flexible, I think, in terms of timelines often, but, you're not locking yourself in by applying to a place, so I'd encourage you to just get things done early, get all your ducks in a row. That way you can make, an educated decision once you have all the information in front of you.
Great. And Coastal Carolina University.
Yeah, I would agree with everything my colleagues have said. I think they've all given great advice. Definitely go and visit the campus. I would also say reach out early, find out if, the credits that you're taking will transfer to that institution. So that way you're not backtracking or anything like that. And reach out to your counselor. I think I can speak for all of us that we love talking to students. That's really the highlight of our job. We love connecting with you. So reach out to us, because you're the reason why we're here. We want to interact. We want to get to know you, and we want to really work with you. So I would definitely say that too.
Those are all great tips. What's one thing you want students to remember about your school? Let's go back with Charleston Southern University.
Yes, so we do have smaller classes, so that allows for a personal relationship with your professor. And so with that, all of our professors do have experience in their fields outside of teaching, and they provide job opportunities and internship opportunities. And you never know in the future when that connection will land you a job, and the reference from them will allow you to fulfill your passion and your career goals. So that's one thing I want to mention.
Great. Newberry College.
I would kind of echo what Braxton said. Definitely the close knit relationships you have with your faculty and staff. But I would say for Newberry, definitely connections with alumni is one thing that I think a lot of students remember about our school. Our alum are great about coming back, helping out, making those connections for you. So I would definitely say the networking opportunities that Newberry offers.
Great. And Anderson University.
Yeah, one thing I would say is just our administration here at Anderson, they're very forward thinking, always seeking to see what's next. And we've been really blessed with enrollment over the last few years, but they haven't sat on that. They've continued adding programs. And as I mentioned, started the College of Engineering and 3 years ago started our DPT program. So always seeking to see what's next and not resting on the success we've had, but seeing how we can continue that and enhance the campus here. So it's really beneficial for the students that it's an institution that's forward thinking.
Washington and Jefferson College.
Yeah, so I think that I would say that to just keep in mind that Washington and Jefferson is not just a place where you can learn, but it's a place that can be a home for you. You know, this is, you know, I have no doubts that you could get a great education at any number of schools, certainly the schools here today. But I would just say that, you know, in addition to that great education and those opportunities, you'll have, you know, W&J is a very warm and welcoming community that can be a lifelong community for you. So yeah, I would just encourage you to find that place where you feel at home. And I think that could be W&J.
Great. And Coastal Carolina University.
So one thing I love to say about Coastal Carolina is that, you know, college is an investment. And so when you're going to the school of your choice, you know, you're investing in that place, but more importantly, you want a place that's going to invest in you, and not only in your academics, in your academic career, but also in your future career as well. One thing I'm very proud about with our admissions office is that 75–80%, it could be higher now, but about the majority of our admissions counselors are graduates. And so are graduates from here at Coastal. And I think that says a lot about our institution. And so what we really want to do and what we want to provide, and I'm sure my colleagues will say the same thing about their institutions as well, is that we just really want to provide the great quality education experience that you are looking for, but also at the same time, we want to provide that at a great affordable cost as well for you.
Okay, and we'll quickly go through this last one with a few of you. What is one myth you'd like to debunk on the college admissions process? Charleston, Southern?
Yes. So one thing that students are always overwhelmed by is the amount of things you have to do and the short amount of time if you're transferring within a semester. But we are here as enrollment counselors to help you through this, guiding you along, answering any questions you have. Reach out to any of us if you have questions, because that's what we're here for. This is our job to really to help you achieve your goals that you're looking for in your careers.
Great. Newberry College?
I would say debunking the myth that it's extremely expensive to apply to college. A lot of places now offer free applications or application fee waivers. So apply to as many colleges as you want to. A lot of times there's a way around that fee. So don't let, you know, a $20, $30 application fee get in the way of applying to a school that you're really interested in, because it can be really affordable to apply and attend college.
Great. Anderson University.
Yeah, and kind of to piggyback off that, this isn't necessarily specific to admissions, but just the overall costs of college. As a private university, we hear all the time that, you know, students think they can't afford Anderson because we are a private school. But once we really sit down with students and families and go over all the scholarships that we offer and financial aid that's available, oftentimes we're less expensive than the public schools that they were also considering. And so just always remember that, you know, there's always a sticker price, but then there's what you actually pay as well. So just thinking that, you know, private schools or even some public schools are too expensive. If you're interested in them, apply and just seek out some more information and additional information. Don't let that keep you from at least taking that first step and seeing what that school has to offer.
Quickly, Washington and Jefferson College. Do you have anything to add real quick?
Yeah, I guess one myth I debunk is the idea that you know, you need to be intimidated about being admitted to an institution. You know, it's we take a holistic approach to you know, admitting students. So it really isn't a binary system of you. If you didn't get X grade, you're not going to get in.
Great,
Yeah.
thank you. Everyone, thank you for joining us. When we close this link this evening, you'll receive a quick link with 5-question survey. We'd really appreciate your feedback that you can provide for us. We encourage you to check back on the schedule and sign up for more sessions. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other recordings at strivescan.com/Carolinas. Thank you again, everyone.